Do let me know. The music should be coming on soon, but do let me know if it's too loud or too quiet. Oh, I have a buddy on my mat. Here we go. So, grabbing your bolster or 2 pillows and having it on your mat so it's long ways. You can also grab a cushion or pillow for your head if you need it. I often need it because it feels a bit funny in my neck. Buddy, I'm going to have to ask you to move, darling. Oh yeah, you growl at me. Good boy. So sitting with your bum quite close to the bolster or pillows, and then just rest your back straight down on the bolster. And then if you're there and it feels a little bit niggly in your back, then maybe you want to scooch your bum forward a little bit more. So have a little fidget. Find the comfortable position that you know you'll be able to stay in for a little while, and your legs can be long on the mat here. Now for me, this feels just a little bit too much in my neck, so I quite like to have a cushion just under my head, and then it feels a little bit more comfortable. And your arms and hands can just be relaxed down by the side of you. Find the position that feels good for you. And just start noticing what feels good right now, and where you find maybe a little bit of discomfort or tightness in your body. And you're just observing, you're just acknowledging. And as it's Valentine's Day today, whether you like the day or not, our little theme for this class is going to be love, but it's going to be self-love. So love for yourself, for your own being. Self-love is not selfish. It is an experience, a lifelong journey that teaches you the most valuable things about yourself in a way to strengthen your heart from all the dangers and traps in this world. And it is actually rewarding to your soul because you are taking care of it in the most powerful way. Just bringing your awareness to your breath. Your breath might have slowed down already, just being still for a few minutes. There's no need to force that depth of breath, just allowing your body, your lungs to do their thing. You're just observing, just noticing. Then keeping your upper body where it is, just slowly bringing your legs into butterfly, into Supta Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet together and allowing your knees to just fall open. If it feels good in your chest and you want to give a little bit more of a heart opener into this position, then you can just allow your hands to just slide up, your arms to just slide up just a little bit more, maybe towards the side of your body, a little bit further out. Or if it feels really good, you might even want to bring them up over your head and just allow them to rest either on the floor above the bolster, behind the bolster, or even on the bolster or the pillows themselves. But if you've gone there and straight away it doesn't feel so good, then just floating your arms back down beside you and just find that position again that feels good, that feels comfortable. And a lot of these positions can feel quite good pretty much straight away, and you might feel like you can stay here for a long while, but after a few minutes you might find that they're actually a little bit of a slow burner, and maybe you do find a little bit of discomfort whilst you're in the pose. What we want is to try and become comfortable within the discomfort instead of being alarmed by it. And you'll know the difference between a good discomfort, a good stretch, and one that feels maybe a little bit pingy or pain. We don't want to feel pain or stress on the muscles or the joints. You're here for another minute. Allowing your breath to travel to the parts of your body that may be starting to feel a little bit of discomfort. Breathing deep into those parts. Give a big breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, bring your arms a little bit closer towards the side of your body. And then slowly just inch your knees back up, bringing the soles of your feet onto the mat. And just knock your knees together here. Give yourself a moment. And then being aware that you've got a prop underneath you, you're just going to roll off the prop onto one side or the other into a little fetal position. Staying in this little fetal position for a moment. And then using your hands, just pushing yourself up to a seated position. And this can be cross-legged or maybe even with your legs just out in front of you. Grab a pillow, put them underneath your knees so you don't have to have super straight legs, but what you want is a nice long spine here. And take a big breath in. And just bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Right ear up to the ceiling. And you can gently close your eyes here if this feels good. If you want to increase the stretch a little bit, just walking the right fingertips away from you. Again, keep breathing in to the side of your neck. And then if this feels good, bringing your left hand onto your right ear, onto the side of your head. Just feeling a little bit more like gravity is helping you in this stretch. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then just lifting the fingers off the side of your head, keeping the hand kind of where it is, but just bring your gaze down towards your armpit and then place your hand back down on the back of your head. And slowly bringing your gaze back up to center, allowing the hand to float down by the side of you. And this time taking the right ear to the right shoulder. Breathing into this stretch. And if it feels good, walking your left fingertips away from you. Keep breathing deep in through the nose, out through the nose. And then placing the right hand onto the side of the head, side of the cheek, side of the ear. It's totally normal for one side to feel really tight and the other might not so much. It's all good. And then just floating that hand just off your head as you bring your gaze down towards your armpit and place the hand back on the back of the head. Just exploring the movement, exploring the stretch. and slowly bringing your head back up, floating that hand down by the side of you. We're going to come to pigeon. So turning to face the long side of the mat, top of the mat. Yeah, let's do it this way. So if you prefer a bit more of a traditional pigeon, bringing the left foot right in towards the groin and then lengthening out the right leg behind you. You can untuck the toes so the top of the foot is onto the mat. If this feels a little bit like you're sitting into your left bum cheek, then you can grab a pillow or a cushion here and just prop it under that bum cheek just to lift your hips ever so slightly. And then if this feels good, you can grab your props, your cushions or pillows or bolster, and then bring your body over the bolster. And you can place your forehead down onto the bolster, or if you want to carry on with those neck stretches and just place one ear onto the bolster. And then we'll do the other ear on the other side if that feels good when we do the other leg. If pigeon really isn't feeling so good for you today, you have the option of bringing that back leg in, really bending the back leg in, and then taking the front leg so the shin is parallel with the top of the mat, and then you're simply going to just bring your weight over that front foot. So it's a little bit more active than the pigeon with your body flat down on the bolster, but it's another option to take. We have another couple of breaths to have a fidget around and get comfortable in this pose. And then we're going to stay here for a couple of minutes. So the quote I read out just at the start of practice is a quote by someone called Tracy Appiah. It's more like a poem. Self-love is not selfish, it's an experience, a lifelong journey. I just think those words are so true. It's not a destination. We don't ever get there. We're always going to be learning about ourselves. You have another minute to completely surrender to this posture. Allow yourself to be comfortable with being still. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And then slowly just walking your hands back up to center. And then just come onto all fours into a tabletop. And just give your hips a little wiggle around here. A little sway from side to side. Maybe even inviting a few cat-cow or spinal waves. And then we're going to find pigeon on the other side. So sliding your right knee forwards. Bringing the heel towards the groin, and again, if you want to just prop a cushion, a pillow under the right butt cheek, you can do. Slide the bolster in super close to you. That left leg is away from you, untuck the toes, and then coming down onto your forearms if you like, and bringing the other ear onto the bolster, surrendering into the stretch. Pigeon pose can definitely be one of those postures that you can start to feel discomfort very early on, very quickly. Stretching very big muscles in our hips and our glutes. And it can be easy to hold on, hold tension. So with each exhale, it's an opportunity to relax deeper. You've got another minute here. It's about 5 or 6 really deep breaths. And you're slowly going to make your way out of pigeon, coming back onto all fours. And again, if you like, just giving your hips a little sway from sort of side to side. And we're going to find a supported cobra pose. So we're going to come onto our bellies, but we're going to grab the pillow or the bolster. I'm just going to sort out the beans in mine because it's got a bit one-sided. There we go. We're just going to prop that going horizontally across the mat. This can be a bit of a fidgety one to get comfortable in it, but you're going to bring yourself down onto the bolster. So it's like my lower ribs are against the bolster, and you can either bring your forearms down on the mat, maybe your hands, or maybe even bringing your elbows onto the mat and just resting your head into your hands. So it's almost like you're a kid again watching TV and there's no sofa left. So if you've got your head in your hands, you can really just relax your head down into your hands so you're not holding any tension in your neck. If you've got your forearms down on the mat, just pushing out down into the mat just a little bit with them, so you can just bring your ears away from your shoulders. There is a little bit of activity happening here. We're not completely passive. Just having a little back bend, a little assisted back bend. We're also not going to hold this pose for very long. We've got another minute here. Another big breath in, and a big breath out, and just coming up onto your hands ever so slightly, so you can just slide the bolster or the pillow from underneath you and coming down, bringing one ear down onto the mat. And you can either have your hands by the side of your shoulders with your arms bent, or if it feels good and it feels like you can relax and you feel quite comfortable, you can bring your arms down by the side of you. You've just got a few little breaths in this prone savasana, in the belly savasana. And just lifting the head and taking the other ear down onto the mat. And then slowly bringing your head back to center. And then with ease, just pushing yourself up. And you can either come to a traditional child's pose with your toes together, knees as wide as you like, bringing your chest down onto the mat. Or if you want to feel a little bit more supported, then you can grab your bolster or your pillow and bring your chest and your belly down onto the prop, bringing one ear down onto the prop. And I'll tell you when you can change ears. I mean, you can change ears at any time, but I'll just tell you when we're halfway through the pose. Your breath should be really deep now. And bring a softness to the breath. So imagine you've got a candle flame just right in front of your nose, and you don't want to blow it out with the breath. If you've got one ear down onto the bolster, just bringing the other ear to the bolster. Stretching your neck in the opposite direction. Notice the rise and fall of your belly. If you're lying on a bolster, as you inhale, your belly squashes down into the bolster. And then as you exhale, your body relaxes down into the prop. And inhale, you're slowly bringing yourself up out of child's pose. Just coming to sit on your shins with your bum towards your heels. Just give yourself a moment or two. And then bringing the hands out, the arms out at goalposts. And then as you exhale, just rounding through the shoulders and bringing the arms, the forearms together. You can bring your chin towards your chest if you like. And then as you inhale, opening those arms back up to goalposts. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then as you exhale, rounding through the spine as you bring the forearms towards each other. And inhale, opening back up again. You've just got this one more time. Exhale. And inhale. Lovely. We're going to come to a little twist. So sliding the bolster to the side of you, and then just coming to stag legs. So they're almost 90-degree angles, 90. If it's not so comfortable, you can bring your legs in just a little bit more. And the bolster is right by the hip. And then you're going to bring your body down towards the bolster, and you can either place the ear on the mat so your gaze is towards where your knees are pointing, or you can face your gaze away, and that will bring a little bit of a deeper twist into the upper body, into your neck. And in this last part of class, just thought we'd try a little bit of a visualization. You can either play along, or you can just listen. You can just observe, you don't have to join in. Just start by taking a few breaths. And in your own mind, I just want you to picture the colour of love, what that colour is to you. It doesn't have to be conventional if there is a conventional colour of love, but just to you, how would you describe love if someone asked you to describe it as a colour? And then imagine you're in your favourite place in nature, whether that's in a wood or on a mountain or by the sea, wherever that place is. Somewhere that makes you really happy, makes you feel content. And then the colour of love is an orb, and you can just see it in the distance. It's really far away. You can just see this colour, this orb, slowly coming closer to you. You're in your happy place. You feel content, but as the orb comes closer, you start to be filled with love. the different kinds of love. Love for yourself, love for your family, your friends, your partner, your pets. And this orb of the colour of your choice just keeps coming closer and closer, and as it comes closer you're filled more and more with the love. And it comes so close to you, it's just out of reach. And then you can touch it. And as you touch it, your fingers just go straight through it and you realise it's a bubble. And you step inside this bubble of love, surrounded by the colour of love and being filled up with love. And stay with this visualisation for a moment. Keep your eyes closed, but just make your way out of this pose. Stay in the bubble. And just slowly, mindfully, we're going to come to the pose on the other side. So whether you want to just turn to face the other way or shift the bolster onto the other hip. Bringing the bolster in close to your hip and then bringing your body down onto the bolster. Either facing away or facing the same way as your knees. And stay in this bubble. And just notice how you feel when you're surrounded by so much love. You can sense it in every part of your body, from your fingers all the way down to your toes. You're in a place where you feel content, surrounded by love. Stay in your bubble, take a big breath in. Big breath out. And then slowly making your way up. You can keep your eyes closed here. We're going to come back to Supta Baddha Konasana, staying in your bubble. So bringing your back down onto your bolster. Bringing the soles of the feet together. Knees fall open. Just take your hands just behind your head for a moment. Lift your head up. Allow your head to fall into your hands, and then tuck your chin towards your chest, and then allow your head to go back down onto the bolster. You should have a nice long neck. If it still doesn't feel good, grab that pillow and pop it underneath the head. Placing the arms out, the hands out beside you. The love still surrounds you, filling you up. And just when you think you're full of it, you're full of the love, more comes. Love is infinite. The more love you have, the more you make space for more of it. Relax your shoulders. Relax the muscles in your face. Now the love you've filled yourself up with is going to stay with you. But you're going to allow the bubble to just leave you. So inch by inch, just stepping out of the bubble. So at one point, you'll have the bubble in front of you. The bubble is going to start to just drift away from you. It's going to keep going all the way, maybe even all the way to the horizon until you can't quite see it anymore. You can just see the faint colour of it. Until it's no longer in sight. The energy you've got from it, the love you've got from it is still within you. Still in the place where you feel content, where you feel at peace. And you know you can access that bubble at any point, whenever you feel you need to be filled up with a little bit of love, you can bring that bubble back to yourself and fill yourself up with kindness, with respect, with thanks, with gratitude for yourself. Knowing that when you do, you can easily share it with the people around you. If it feels good, you can stay the remainder of the practice in butterfly, but if you would like to come into Shavasana instead, you're more than welcome to stay with the bolster underneath you and just lengthen your legs out or come flat on your mat. Self-love is not selfish. It is an experience, a lifelong journey that teaches you the most valuable things about yourself. It is a way to strengthen your heart from all the dangers and traps in this world. And it is actually rewarding to your soul because you are taking care of it in the most powerful way. Take a big breath in. And exhale. Take another big breath in. Exhale. And then slowly rolling off the bolster if you're still on the bolster or the pillows, curling up into a little theta position onto your left or right side. And then slowly, when you're ready, using your hands and just pushing yourself up to seated. And keep your eyes closed. Just bringing your hands onto your knees, onto your lap. Exhaling everything from your lungs. Take a big breath in. Breath out. Breath in. And out. Take another big breath in. Place your hands on your heart, one on top of the other. And breath out. Bring your hands to touch at heart center. And just give yourself a little bow through the neck. And thank yourself for spending Sunday night giving yourself a little bit of self-love, self-care. Thank you so much for joining me. That was really lovely.